as the Flying W Ranch celebrates their first night back in 8 years after being destroyed in the Waldo Canyon fire. Now, tomorrow night is the grand rebirth, is what they're calling it, after hanging up the spurs for those 8 years following the devastation. Now, tonight is about getting back in the saddle with a soft launch of the dinner and show. Flooding and mitigation were the first setbacks for the ranch, then, of course, rebuilding. Now, the restaurant was actually supposed to open back up at the end of May, but another hitch in their giddy-up coming with COVID-19. Now, reopening was then set for June 26th, then pushed back again to tomorrow. That's when that grand rebirth is happening. But we talked to a father and son duo out here tonight who started to come to the ranch before the fire, and they were just so excited to get back out there tonight.
I think for the community, it's a huge piece of history, right? They've been here providing the service, and they're a well-known part of our tourist season, right? And so we were all rooting for them, just hoping they'd pull it together, because it's a massive undertaking. So we're excited they've got it done.
So to buy tickets, you could just go to their website, but I will tell you, tickets are already sold out for tomorrow night.
Art can say things that words can't.
Painted in the background of protests.
Because I've been like showing up for the marches and stuff like that and marching with everybody else, but I was like, I want to do more than that. I want to show up and actually like express something in a more unique way.
Local artist Alexandria Bernard wanted to show her support.
I was just going to go there. I was like, I'm going to paint things, and I'm going to just, at the end of the night, I'll just hand them out to somebody who wants it.
But plans change.
And it was like, hey, here's a painting, I want to donate it. And I was just like, hey, let's do an auction.
So Bernard continued to make a handful of powerful paintings.
And it was an individual in a silhouette with their fist up kneeling. And it spoke volumes to me. And the reason why is because that's what we've been doing out here with these protests.
With the help of Get Back to the People organizer Derek Matthews and Art 111, they're holding an auction at the end of June.
We're trying to figure out a way to make it the best event that's easy for everyone, but also staying safe with COVID.
And they want other inspirational artists to get involved.
Trying to get as many artists as I can involved, because I want to see how they're feeling, what's their expression. You know, especially artists of color. I've been trying to contact as many of them as I can, because clearly their experience is going to be radically different from mine.
The goal is to take the money from the community, put it back into itself so that we can do that.
Happy birthday to you.
I love you, Papa Joe, and you've been the best grandpa I've literally ever had.
100 years of celebrating Papa Joe.
July 3rd, 1920.
He's 100 years around the world.
Joe Albert Martinez has 8 kids, 10 grandkids, and 11 great-grandkids.
My Papa Joe is a very quiet man, but I love him dearly.
There's always family coming through the front door. There's always family here.
But his story starts back before any of them were born.
Yay, Papa!
Originally, Papa Joe was born in Trinidad, where later he enlisted into the military.
There was a lot of guys that just signed up for it, and he was right along with them all.
He spent 3 years in Europe between 1942 to 1945.
He was with the engineer battalion. Their task was building bridges in support of the troops over there. So yeah, that's the kind of work that he did.
Then eventually made his way to Colorado Springs, working a few different jobs to support his growing family.
He got a job at the Air Force Academy and worked at the Air Force Academy until 1985.
Decades later, seeing that the hard work paid off.
We've got a giant family, and I think having everybody here for his 100th birthday is really special to him.
And even random strangers from the community thanking him for his service to our country.
He has seen, I mean, where our country's at right now and where our country's been in the past.
With his wife, Amy, of over 70 years right by his side. His family says there's no other way he'd want to celebrate his 100th year around the sun.
Now I'm crying. Yeah, just happy birthday. Yeah.
Happy birthday, dear Papa. Happy birthday to you.
So Tuesday night I was down protesting. That specific night we had not done anything. We were being very peaceful. No one had been aggressive towards the cops. And then they still charged at us and told us that we weren't doing peace, or that we weren't allowed to continue to protest.
I do hereby declare this an unlawful assembly, and in the name of the people of the state of Colorado, I command you to immediately disperse.
that's when people got upset.
Surge, surge, surge and push north.
Next thing I know, I'm being thrown to the ground and I'm not being told what is happening. I'm not being advised that I'm under arrest. Next thing I know, I'm being maced in the face multiple times by this officer. I was in shock from what was happening, and again, I was just very fearful for the gentlemen who they were aggressively coming after for no reason. I was terrified. I was completely unaware of what was happening. You can't see, you can't breathe, you're in pure panic, and it literally feels like your entire body is on fire. I will definitely continue to fight for the cause that I believe in. I just feel as though if the cops would try to be a little bit more understanding and try to have some unity with us, it would make matters a lot better.